Hey everyone, welcome to this daily Sidereal Astrology forecast. This is for Thursday, December 8th, 2016. I'm Athen, and this channel is about using the actual constellations in the sky, known as Sidereal Astrology. If you are new, be sure to check out the link down below because the signs are different. All right, so today the moon's in Pisces, a very receptive day. Very good for developing our intuition, maybe getting a bit of that R&R, but all in all, just connecting. Connecting to our beingness, accepting things, being in the present moment. It's the best way of working with Pisces, and it may be challenging to do that because we are in the first quarter phase of the lunar cycle, which means the sun and moon are squaring each other, which means it might take a bit of intention, a bit of initiation to do that. But yes, the reward is greater intuition, greater connectedness, and greater acceptance. Now, this is in relation to this whole lunar cycle, which started in Scorpio, having more to do with the deeper dimensions of life. So I think we're still focused on that. With the sun shifting into Ophiuchus, I think transformation. I think this is a great time to do inner transformation, making the changes that we want to see in our lives. But of course, this all starts from within. And it does take facing fears. It does take accepting weaknesses, vulnerabilities of ours, things like this, diving deep, doing that healing work, which is what Ophiuchus is all about. And as a result, transformation, healing, and rejuvenation. Now, the sun is getting increasingly closer to Saturn. That conjunction will be over the weekend. I'll talk more about this, but this is in regards to that limiting focus, limiting willpower in many ways, which is the sun. The sun is our vital life force. Going over Saturn, which likes to make things very limited and disciplined, right? So a good way of working with this is as we get into the weekend, focusing our attention, willingly on, one specific thing perhaps, funneling it into something finite, because Saturn loves things to be finite, so to speak. And so here, with something that's much more vast, which is the sun, which just shines everywhere, focusing that like a laser beam on something with that discipline can be a great way of working with this. But I'll talk more about that over the weekend report. Today we do have a couple aspects. The moon is going to be sextiling up to Venus. And what's nice about this is Venus is shifting into Capricorn to get closer there to Mars, which already has been emphasizing a bit of the, again, discipline and patient and persistent side of things. But when Venus comes in here, it's more like the way we're connecting. And so when it has to do with things, excuse me, with the things we enjoy in life, the simple pleasures of life, when it has to do with relationships, and we're connecting to relationships, we have a bit of this reserve, which is Capricorn. So that can be grounded, that can be good. It's again supporting what is a sort of reserved time with all this Capricorn energy and the sun and Saturn in that conjunction. So probably noticing that shift. It will be subtle as we get into next week. But yeah, connecting on that level of long-term enjoyments, enjoying even the steps along the journey too. Capricorn's about taking things one step at a time and connecting to things in that way, connecting in that way with relationships, with our enjoyments. And as a result, we can be building some long-lasting pleasures, some long-lasting values and relationships with Capricorn. All right, so there's that one. We do also have the moon squaring up to Mercury, and Mercury is trining up to the North Node. So this is all kind of under the current kind of stuff with the North Node. But in the evening time, I think giving a bit of extra attention on the mind, a bit of extra attention on the communication and the correspondence, just to make sure everything's nice and balanced within ourselves, maybe challenging ourselves to do some mental activities, maybe some reading, writing could be healthy. Something there to initiate. Now, with all that, though, as a backdrop, and again, this takes on a much more undercurrent sort of theme, is that the North Node is transiting Leo. And so collectively, this whole year and next year, it really is the time to be learning about what gives us joy. What is it we connect to with passion, with interest, with excitement? This is what Leo is all about, tapping into our playful side. But it's all very new collectively, and it's suggesting each of us individually have something to learn about this Leo quality. So today with Mercury trining up to that North Node, I think very good for that. Learning about self-expression, learning about what we enjoy, maybe cultivating some of that. It can be easy to do so with the trine. Okay, and in that way, maybe even to expressing it communicatively, which is Mercury as well. But today, I think with the lunar aspects, I think the first half, very good for those connections, shifting into that more reserved way, which is Capricorn. And then as the day unfolds, yes, I think challenging ourselves with the mental sphere of things, with communication, doing the grounded, practical thing there. And with the sun getting closer to Saturn, a bit of reserve in our life in general. Focusing that willpower, focusing that attention on the singular thing with the limited focus, which then can be very productive, very constructive, and whatever else might come from the long-term approach to matters. All right, and then again, this is all a backdrop to the moon in Pisces, which is about receptivity and listening to inner guidance, to the intuition, developing that, bringing that into the daily sphere of things in this first quarter. All right, so I hope you guys have an awesome day. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you all tomorrow.